Hi everybody, here's Krystian from Teamworkcast, and I like hamburgers.
And my name is Putty, and that is a picture of me on that playmat down there.
That's you? That's actually you? You're young.
As a little boy, yeah.
Yeah.
I really like the
Anyway.
card game. Just barely visible up there.
The card game.
At the very top of the screen.
Oh yeah, there is the card game indeed. This is Netrunner with Teamworkcast. The card game that's referring to its Netrunner. This is the 13th of September. It's Hiveworld Cologne. It is a store I'm frequent in. It is a regular game night kit tournament.
I see
And I'm
some
playing-
non-matte sleeves there.
Yes. Oh man, look at this.
Cutting foul.
Cutting foul. I'm playing against Falko.
And he's standing up.
He's Falko standing up because Falko is just this kind of badass. He just stays. He plays. You know, he's like the guy from Inside Job, like hacking on the toilet. He's hacking standing up. That's kind of person.
What a mind game that is. You've had some amazing mind games thrown at you.
No, Falko actually has like an injury of his back, so that's why he can.
Oh, he's got the Will Riker disease.
Yeah. And also he uses like this tiny Cthulhu tokens for his clicks. He's playing Nasir.
Yes, Nasir.
And I'm playing NBN, making news. He runs on with Nasir on that Sansan, and he trashes at Sansan. And then he runs on R&D, and he sees a card, but it's nothing. And then he runs on my hand.
Wait, Krystian, are you playing Fast Advance NBN?
Nah, that's not me. He saw an
NAPD contract.
but he couldn't score it, so he gets out a same old thing. By the way, Nick, we watching this game, we kind of like watching this out of order, because you're interested in Nasir. So what does Nasir do?
So, Nasir is a strange fellow. He, what is it? He gains credit. He loses all the credits that he has when he encounters an ice, and then gains credits equal to that ice's res cost.
Yeah, but only if that ice was just rest when he encounters it.
Yeah.
And actually, somebody sitting next to us actually had to look this up, because this is a identity that's not used very often. It's kind of like a recent identity, and actually Falko is a host of a podcast show called Meta Arena, or one of the co-hosts of the podcast show called Meta Arena, a German show. And he was playing Nasir here because he wanted to prepare to kind of talk about Nasir, how to play him. He actually hates Nasir. So he runs on R&D, and there's information overload. Yeah!
So Nasir is
gets a lot of-
odd. I'm looking at decks right now, trying to figure out what deck I want to play. So I'm excited to see how this game sort of shakes out.
So he breaks the trace of the information overload. A new ice there that has a trace that gives you a tag, but he breaks the trace with Nasir, so with the credits. So he doesn't get a tag, and if there's no tags, then Nasir information overload doesn't get subroutines. It gets as many subroutines as the runner has tags. So far, this game started in a turbulent fashion, but so far, Falko has a lot of access on R&D, and he parasites my information overload there, and I'm disappointed. And he runs on my hand. He sees nothing there. I'm really having very little money right now. So playing with Nasir is difficult because you lose your money frequently. So you kind of have to constantly scrape at the bottom of the barrel, kind of like trying to make things with recurring credits and stuff like that. It's kind of like very different kind of play style. You can't save money because it's impossible. You actually lose the money so frequently.
So it kind of goes against the, I guess I would call it the overarching meta of, you need to have economy to get through this stuff. He kind of breaks all of that.
Falko gets out a data sucker, and then he runs on archives to get a data sucker token. He runs on my hand. Think about resing this right now. It's a problem because you don't want to res ice as a corporation because he gets money. So I give him more access, he gets more data sucker token. It's good. He does a good job here, Falko. He does it again. Oh. Of course, me mid NBN. I am a little bit under pressure right now. I don't have too much money. I kind of want to get up my money. So clicking for money and selling 2 cards there. He runs on R&D and kills, finishes off that information overload with his data sucker tokens. He lowers strength of information overload to 0, so he has free access to R&D, but he's nothing. He had a lot of access so far.
I'm excited.
Falko.
I'm just glad to see you playing. Also, I like these orange sleeves. You have so many different colors of sleeves. I just commit to one.
No, I'm changing them every time I change my entity. He sees that quandary again. He runs on that card. It is Lotus Field. So he gets 4 credits immediately. 5 credits. And he gets an APD from Archives now. Oh man, that's not good. That's not good. This is a quick and turbulent game. It's kind of difficult to comment. There's so much stuff is going on at the same time.
And I mean, yeah, we are so used to the whole like gather money, must have economy.
Yeah, glacier and stuff. But now it like woofs flying all over the place.
Everything's happening everywhere all the time. Oh my god, what can we do? How can this be?
Finally slowing down a little bit here. All right. He runs on R&D, and there is a pop-up.
Oh, pop-up window. Yeah. Check out Anita Sarkeesian's new video. Ah, my hack is done.
That's the pop-up window. The Anita Sarkeesian pop-up.
Yes.
And there I'm scoring
there you
through.
Go. There you go.
I'm scoring, but I have no money anymore. And of course, pop-up window is one of those counter cards against Nasir, because he loses his credits because it's just a 0 strength. It's 0 rest cost ice, so he gets 0 credits when he encounters this. And he scores. Oh no! He scores an escrow script there.
He is destroying you. Oh my god!
He is doing well. He's like keeping R&D clean here, and I'm having no money whatsoever. I'm struggling to kind of put something in front of my R&D, which I can res and keep him out of R&D. Alright, getting credits. Installing it, getting credits. He keeps pounding R&D. Oh, there we have a quandary. So that gives him 1 credit to work with, not much. What will Falko do now? He's kind of like in a pickle right now and doesn't have too much money. Oh, sharpshooter, interesting. Runs on my hand. He's very aggressive, incredibly aggressive.
No kidding.
Fearless runner. Gets all the access in the world, but he doesn't see any agendas.
I just feel like Falko should just have, when it's your turn, just both fingers in the air telling you are number 1.
Oh, Falco's been flipping off us on a regular basis.
I know, but that's just this deck. The Sears guy.
Look.
2 fingers in the air.
Look at this. So he scavenges in a parasite and trashes that R&D ice again. And you know the deck I'm playing doesn't have too much ice. Hedging, firing up, and finally getting some money here, and installing an ice there. Is that how you imagined Nasir to work, Nick?
Well, I think so. You basically just if you're not used to playing Nasir, you're gonna just sit there and be kind of off-put the whole time. You're like, whoa. Yeah. What do I don't know what to... Oh, well, I guess I'll put this back here. No, it's gone again! Oh, I'm sorry, Nasir.
But I think this tournament was actually before the data pack with Order of Soul came out. The Order of Soul really made Nasir much more viable, I think.
People seem to be very split on this card.
Yeah, but I think for Nasir it's really good.
Because it's a unique card, so you can only have 1 out at a time.
Yeah, but he gets 2 credits every turn if you play it right. Alright, he runs on R&D again, and this is TMI.
Too much information.
Running a TMI.
Wenn ich dem Eis begegne. Ich begegne ihm jetzt.
He doesn't get the credits yet because I'm just rezzing it. So the trace starts from TMI. TMI has a trace when it gets stressed. And if the trace goes through, the res remains.
Ich hab nichts. Ich hab 0 Geld. Ich hatte es jetzt
So-
ausprobieren wollen, weil ich es ausprobieren wollte.
so-
So ist es jetzt egal.
So now that the trace goes through, he doesn't have really the credits to pay the trace. And it goes through, and I guess he loses the credits? Not sure. Oh, another data sucker.
Uh-oh.
Edge running up. Installing something in that server and advancing it once. Scavenging a data sucker for the parasite. Again, man, he's just recurring those parasites like there's no tomorrow.
Zahl 3, 4, 5. Einen zu töten. Krieg einen wieder.
And he kills the thing. Man, he's applying so much pressure, it's crazy. I'm kind of so glad, so lucky that my deck hasn't gave up all the agendas already.
Run auf die Hand.
Runs on my hand too, wow.
He just doesn't care about anything. He's like, whatever.
Jesus Christ, Falko.
Leave me alone, Falco.
Oh, he cannot score an APD contract.
Ich krieg nur einen Token.
Oh, I install and advance twice and don't score?
Ja, ich überlege gerade, was es sein kann.
And Falco is like, whoa, I don't know what that is. He just laughs about this because it just throws him so much off. Finally, he gets thrown off.
Run off.
All right, where he plays the currents. Let's celebrity current. He gets 1 credit during a run. Really great for Nasir because Nasir is really struggling with money. And there is a Draco.
Malfoy.
Draco Malfoy strength 0.
Ich krieg ein Geld, weil es die Restkosten sind. Ja.
He gets 1 credit, and then we start a trace because Draco has a trace. Trace 4 strength in total. He cannot pay this.
Von 1 krieg ich nicht, krieg einen Tag und dann so an.
He gets a tag. I don't know why I even increased the trace strength. He cannot pay it anyway. Draws 2 cards. Oh, Nick, look at this. I'm advancing this card 3 times.
Uh-oh. Is this an overscore?
Now it's really confusing. It could be a Beal, right?
Yeah. Could be so many things.
Scavenge auf den Datasacker.
Scavenges the data sucker. Oh, what will it be?
Another parasite. No, not a parasite.
It is another parasite.
Yeah. Get that out of there! I said out of
Trashing
there!
that Draco. He really wants to see those agendas now. Wow. Falco just needs to see 2 agendas and he wins the game.
And he's got a trace. And he doesn't
He
care.
runs on my hand. He runs on my hand from all of the things. I'm not paying. I'm just struggling with money this entire game. Oh, he scores! What?
Oh my god! Breaking news! Bam!
Breaking news. And oh, there's a psychographics on my hand. So we're doing the math now, how much I have to overscore a Beal to win this game immediately.
Und den nimmst, hast du gewonnen.
And I overscored a Beal and I win the game, Nick.
Aber ich will nur kein Geld kriegen. Das wäre die einzige Chance.
5 points from a Beal at once.
And I guess we see the weakness of Nasir right here.
Well, I was able to keep him, create a 1 secure server.
Yeah.
That was basically my experience with Nasir as well. Once the ice is rest, his ability doesn't count anymore.
Yeah. And
So then you're a regular runner, and then getting through a taxing server is actually quite difficult.
yeah. But Nasir versus a glacier, oh man. Oh man. At least the first time
but-
you run against it.
But you saw what Falko was doing right now. He was destroying all of my ice. He was very aggressively destroying ice
Yeah.
with parasites, which I think works pretty well with Nasir. And we discussed, we have multiple players in this tournament using Nasir for the podcast, and each of them using different strategies like stealth credits, recurring credits. But Falko was more screw all this. I'm just gonna install parasites over and over again.
And that seems to be where Nasir is split. Because half of the decks that I'm looking at, they're like, here's all these sure gambles, here's all this stuff, and just to make sure you have money to install stuff. And then there's the decks like this. There's no sure gambles, there's no economy cards in there at all. Yeah. And they just run and don't care.
Yeah, Falko was especially very suspicious about Personal Workshop, which is very popular with Nasir. But his opinion was that it wasn't worth it. Like, the amount of credits you would get from the ice res during a game was actually not enough to justify a Personal Workshop, which I thought was an interesting perspective. And I believe him. I mean, he was playing Nasir way more than I was playing.
I do like the deck I'm looking at right now is using Escher, which I find fascinating in a Nasir deck, because it's like, well, all of the res dice are right there, so now I'm going to run on this, and I'm going to put everything around.
Yeah, that sounds good. All right, so this was the first round of the tournament. I hope you join us in the next round of the tournament. It's not going to be any Nasirs anymore, but there's still exciting games to come, so I hope you join it next time when there's going to be Hacking of Planets.
Hack the planet! Hack the planet!
Shut up and get in the car!
Nice, the Planet Hacker. You know, there should be a tournament where it's only Nasir.